Hi everyone, Lawrence Akers here, and look who else I have here. I have Faye Lawand here. Hey Faye, how
From
you
sunny
doing?
Brisbane, from sunny Queensland. Hi,
Yes, and
Lawrence.
from
How's it
slightly wet
going?
Melbourne at the moment. I am good. I'm good. And we thought we'd just do this quick video because, of course, Faye, you have the Somatic Edge 2-day training coming up in Melbourne in November. And we thought it might be a good opportunity just to do a short video that might answer some of the questions people might have about this training. So I guess in a nutshell, Austin Powers reference there. I guess in a nutshell, what is the Somatic Edge training?
Yeah, Lawrence, I'm so excited about this training because this will be the first training that I've done since we've relocated to Australia. And I'm super excited to bring this work that actually was launched in the Middle East, in the war zones of the Middle East, and then taken online and then delivered in person in New Zealand. And I'm so excited to have an in-person experience in Australia, with Melbourne being the first stop along
First
the
stop.
tour.
Yes,
Yeah, the first
interesting.
stop. So it's super
Usually you
exciting.
save the best one for last, but you started at the best one first.
I completely could not agree more. Could not agree more. And the Somatic Edge, basically, as the name implies, it is a 2-day training to equip and empower hypnotherapists, but also like coaches and wellness practitioners with the somatic tools in order to give their work an edge to help fast track client results and to provide long term results to clients, particularly clients that are struggling with those really like chronic persistent symptoms that seem to be so commonplace nowadays and that are very much symptomatic of nervous system dysregulation. So I think particularly in a post-COVID world, so many of us are encountering clients with chronic pain and IBS and fibromyalgia and depression and burnout and all of those symptoms that are symptomatic of dysregulation. And for many of us, our clients have come to us like as a last resort. They've encountered other modalities and other forms of therapy that really haven't taken them the way in terms of resolution of their symptoms, because a lot of those modalities aren't working at the level at which the problem is stored. And it is stored at a nervous system, somatic, physical body level. And and we need to actually work at that level if we want to provide clients with long-term resolution for these really chronic conditions. And because the nervous system, I mean, when I talk about the nervous system, I'm talking about the autonomic nervous system, the part of our neurology and our wirology that is automated, that is involuntary. And there is no one more equipped than a hypnotherapist to actually work at that level to provide really deep, long lasting results, because we know the language and the mechanics of hypnosis and accessing the subconscious mind in order to expedite change really, really, really quickly. But a lot of times, like just suggestive hypnotherapy alone is not enough when we're working with a nervous system that has run out of fuel and run out of resources. And this is why also many of us could have encountered clients that might have had experiences with hypnotherapy, but yet those experiences haven't provided them with the long-lasting relief that they're seeking. And I think it's important for hypnotherapists to be equipped with the frameworks and the dialogue and the tools to be able to explain that to their clients. And this is a big part of what this training is about. This training is about providing you the psychoeducation in a really like digestible, easy to apply, easy to implement way, while also immersing you with the experiential practices that really ground a nervous system in a felt sense of safety, because this is where it starts. And when we combine what we know about the subconscious mind and inducing hypnosis with what polyvagal theory and somatic sensing is telling us about the gold standard when it comes to resolving trauma, when you have the exact tools and practices and resources and scripts to implement this right away in your clinic, there's your results, your confidence will be unshakable, and your results will also be fail-proof. Consistently now, since we've started running these trainings, and I said we started running these trainings in the Middle East, actually in Lebanon, in the war zone of Lebanon. And the last time I ran this in the Middle East was the day before Gaza started, the war of Gaza started. And you know, Lawrence, when I think back, you know, on the 1 year anniversary of Gaza, when I was reflecting on where I was last year, and you know, it was really interesting that I had just come from delivering this training to therapists in the Middle East in a war zone. And they now are telling me, since the atrocities started in Lebanon, that what they learned in that 1 day training, at the time it was 1 day, has really provided them with so much confidence and ability to help their clients who are quite literally in survival mode, quite literally fighting for their lives. And so in the Middle East, when we run these, because I mean, you are talking about dysregulation that's coming from nervous systems quite literally in survival mode, right? But you don't need to be born in a conflict zone, or you don't need to have clients who are experiencing the type of blatant conflict that we're seeing in the Middle East to benefit from these tools. Because we all, personally as well as our clients, we're all fighting a battle. We're all fighting, there's an internal battle or an internal conflict going on that is destabilizing the nervous system and is triggering a biology of stress that over time, when it isn't switched off, ends up creating these chronic symptoms. And so right now, when I reflect on the 370 days since I last ran this in the Middle East, I am more committed than ever to spreading the word about this work, because it really is our health and our well-being and our happiness. It all comes down to nervous system regulation. And in the post-pandemic world, wherever you are, whether you're in the Middle East, in Australia, in New Zealand, in North America, I think there is nothing more important in the work that we do with our clients and for ourselves, more than actually caring for our nervous system, which is where it all begins.
And so I know a few people have reached out to me and asked, you know, particularly their thinking is probably going to be aligned with polyvagal theory, and you know, they may have had some exposure or training in that before. How is this training different to that?
Yeah, that's a really relevant question. So the training incorporates and touches upon polyvagal theory. So we'll probably spent about 3 hours on polyvagal theory, maybe about 2.5. Mm-hmm. But really understanding polyvagal theory, more polyvagal theory and application, because polyvagal theory is actually quite dense. It's such an important piece of work, and trainings in polyvagal theory actually are 200 hours to 100 hours plus. So part of this training is giving you the 101 of polyvagal theory, but then it's how do you apply it in your practice, particularly for hypnotherapists. How do you take these knowledge and then map it over to tools, concrete tools that you can use in your pre-talk, in your inductions, in your deepeners, in the inner kind of work that you do, whether it's regression, inner child, whatever type of clearing work that you do, and in your future pacing. And so it's really practical in that way, because it draws from the principles of polyvagal theory. I think it's important for us to understand why we're doing what we're doing. It's important for us to have the knowledge, the know-how, the terminology, and the frameworks to also explain to our clients what really is going on with them and for them, particularly if your clients happen to be in that demographic that I mentioned, where they have these chronic conditions and so many other modalities and interventions haven't worked for them. So it's important for them to explain, it's important for us to have that lingo and the tools in our toolkit to explain that to our clients, But as we know, that's polyvagal theory on its own is not going to create the long-term results for our clients. What is going to create the long-term results for our clients is integrating the principles of polyvagal theory in a very interactive, embodied, practical way. And then our students, our participants, also get all the scripts, checklists, all of the actual practical tools that they can put into application right away into their clinics, like quite literally the day after the training.
Okay. And so for those that don't know, it's going to be on Saturday, November 16th and Sunday, November 17th. It's down in wonderful Melbourne. So if you are in Melbourne, it's ideal. If you're interstate and thinking you might want to come down, that's absolutely fine as well. I don't doubt that people might have additional questions. If they do,
direct them to me, no problem whatsoever.
Yeah.
Also happy to accommodate, even though we're not announcing payment plans. I understand that, finances, we never want finance to be a barrier to accessing this type of work. So if finances are an issue and you need some kind of flexibility, very happy, very, very happy to do that. Just get in touch. And I just want to add one other feature of this training that I think sets it apart from other trainings, particularly because this is about nervous system. It's really all about embodiment, right? And we've all been to trainings, where we go, we learn, really interesting stuff. We meet a community of wonderful, like-minded people. We have some incredible networking. We go and have some beautiful coffee sessions and dinners and lunches, but we don't really then, integrate, and then we don't follow up with what we learned. And I never want that to be the case with this type of work because it is so powerful. And so what I offer post trainings is a group coaching session, a complimentary group coaching session, about 3 weeks after the training, to answer and address all of the questions, queries, and issues that come up as we start applying and integrating. So that's something to look forward to. And I have had a couple of people previously who haven't been able to attend the training live, but really want to learn these tools and have access to the videos and the 60-page manual. And so if that happens to be you are very welcome to sign on for the training. You get access to all the resources and the materials. You're welcome to attend the training. And next time we run it, you're very welcome to attend free of charge.
Wonderful. Excellent.
Yeah. Yeah.
If anyone does have a question for you, what's the best way to get that question to you?
Either via email, faye@faylawand.com, or via Messenger. That's just Faye Lawand, or via Instagram.
Great. Now, Early Bird ends this coming Saturday.
Yes, our wedding anniversary.
Oh, is that why it's the early bird? No.
It's our wedding anniversary.
Not for those watching, not Faye and my wedding anniversary.
No, exactly.
It's Faye and her partner wedding anniversary. Yeah, that's it. Excellent. Well, look, thank you so much for your time, Faye. I know that hopefully people watching this are going to get their questions answered and a better understanding about what's on offer. And we look forward to seeing people on the 16th and 17th of November.
Very much so. And to also hearing from them with whatever queries they have.
Excellent. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks, Lawrence. Thanks, everyone. Talk to you soon. Bye.